Namaskar. Welcome you all in this educational video of NIUS. Today's subject is EVS. Code number for this subject is 333. This is for senior secondary level. We are doing lesson number 4 and topic of the lesson is shown on the screen. It is Principles of Ecology. Principles means different rules, and the word ecology is a kind of system in which different things are linked together in a different way. So today we will be learning this lesson. Now here we will be understanding habitat and organism. We will be talking in general. Habitat is the physical environment in which an organism lives. As each organism has a particular requirement for its survival, and that organism lives where the environment provides for all those needs. All those basic needs are water, food, and shelter. And if that organism changes that place, then it would be difficult for that organism to survive, because all the basic needs need to be fulfilled. If needs are fulfilled, then the survival is easy. Now there are different features of the habitat, and we can understand all those features here. The first important feature is space. The second important feature is food. Third important feature is water, and fourth one is shelter. So all these four features are the basic needs which are important. Now here Earth has 4 major habitats. All those habitats you can see on the screen as well. The first is terrestrial, the second is fresh water, the third is estuarine, and fourth one is ocean. Estuarine is having different rivers water mixed together, and ocean you all must be aware of. All these 4 features are important in any habitat. A habitat may support many different species having similar requirements. For example, a single ocean habitat may support a whale. You know, a whale is a big fish. Or a seahorse. A seahorse is a small animal. It's a small water animal you must have seen. And the seal, or the phytoplankton. Phytoplankton is a water plant. So all these are, and many other kinds of organisms, they need a particular environment. So that is why their home or their habitat is similar, like ocean or water. Nature and organism. In nature, Many species occupy the same habitat, but they perform different functions. Let me explain this to you. The functional characteristics of a species in its habitat is named as niche in that common habitat. So, similarly, there are many species, they have a common habitat, like birds and different insects. They all have a common habitat, that is tree. In tree, birds make nest and they live, and also there are small insects whose habitat is tree. So NICHA, niche word, is considered for all those organisms which occupy the same habitat but they perform different functions. In continuation of that word, niche, we know that niche is unique for a species. While many species share the habitat, and no two species in a habitat can have the same niche. This is because if two species occupy the same niche, they will compete with one another until one is displaced. Now here you can see on screen, let me explain it so that you can understand. There are different species. You can see the tree, and if you see in that image also that there are various organisms who use this tree as habitat, but the place is different. And here on screen you can see, just like the previous image you had seen, similarly in that previous image you had seen that a tree has different organisms whose habitat is different. Birds live on top, insects live on the different part of the plant or tree, and there are some insects which are under the ground also. So similarly, at different parts of the tree have different organisms. The word niche is an occupation of an organism in its community, and on that tree there are a habitat of several insects, whereas each insect has different niche. Like lace bug occupies the top canopy of the tree in the previous picture you had seen, and then moth larvae feed on the shoot serpentine leaf miner. Moth larva was on the leaf because that requires a surface on the leaf for feeding. And then there was another organism with name white grub. Its trophic niche is root of the tree. It was found under the ground in the roots of the plant. So one habitat have different organisms at different places. This is niche. The word niche means the sum of all the activities and relationship of a species by which it uses the resources in its habitat for its survival and reproduction. The niche is unique for a species, while many species may share the habitat, but still, no two species in a habitat can have the same niche. Let us move further. Another example is the vegetation of forests. Tall trees, short trees, shrubs, bushes, and grasses all are the parts of a forest. But occupy different heights and they all differ in their requirement for sunlight and nutrients so that they can survive together. And they can live in one environment. The most important resources in the nature of animals are food and shelter. While for plants, the most important resource is moisture and nutrients, just like phosphorus and nitrogen. And the most important resource in the niche of animals are food and shelter, while in case of plants, they are moisture and nutrients. The image shows the nature of human beings. The nutrients of the plants are phosphorus and nitrogen. In this image, you can see that there is an animal and also there are different food shown along with that animal. And if we see the other side of the animals, then we see a man in the center. And the animals have their food picture shown in front of the animals. So it is all in an ecosystem. The need of the human, the need of the animal as a food is different, but it is going in a cycle. Thank you. Namaste.